Hurricane Sandy, one of the most powerful storms ever to hit the East Coast, slammed into the northeastern United States with destructive winds and unprecedented storm surges. As it made landfall in New Jersey, it triggered a 4-meter tsunami-like wave, sweeping away houses, roads, and leaving millions without power. More than 8 million households across 17 states were plunged into darkness, marking one of the largest blackouts in U.S. history. New York City, the financial and cultural capital of the world, was not spared from Sandy's wrath. Subways were flooded, public transportation came to a complete halt, and in Lower Manhattan, floodwaters surged through the streets like a mini tsunami, swallowing cars and bringing Wall Street to a standstill. In Queens, a massive fire broke out due to the storm, reducing over 100 homes to ashes, while firefighters struggled to reach the site due to high floodwaters. Meanwhile, in New Jersey, entire coastal towns were wiped off the map, with streets buried under water and sand from the raging ocean. Sandy didn't just bring fierce winds, it created massive waves that pounded the shoreline, causing catastrophic damage. In Atlantic City, storm surges swallowed entire streets, washing away casinos and hotels. Skyscrapers in Manhattan trembled as wind gusts reached 145 km/h, sending residents into panic. On Staten Island, one of the hardest hit areas of New York, floodwaters rose so fast that hundreds were trapped inside their homes. Many had to climb onto rooftops, desperately waiting for rescue. Emergency responders worked around the clock, risking their lives to save those stranded in the rising waters. Hurricane Sandy claimed at least 233 lives across the affected regions, with 53 deaths in New York alone. The storm also inflicted a staggering $68 billion in damages, making it one of the costliest hurricanes in U.S. history. Meteorologists explain that Sandy's power came not only from its winds, but also from an unusual combination of weather patterns. As it made landfall, it merged with an Arctic cold front, creating a massive superstorm that affected more than 24 states from Florida to Maine. By nightfall, the vibrant lights of New York City vanished into an eerie blackout. Skyscrapers that once illuminated the skyline became nothing but dark silhouettes against the raging storm. Floodwaters rushed through the streets, alarms blared, and chaos unfolded. Hospitals lost power, life support machines stopped working, and doctors fought against time to keep patients alive. At one neonatal unit, nurses and doctors manually pumped oxygen into tiny lungs for hours, keeping newborns alive in a city paralyzed by the storm. Meanwhile, in Lower Manhattan, hundreds of residents were stranded in high-rise buildings without electricity, water, or food. New York had become a city trapped in despair. When the storm finally passed, all that remained was devastation. Streets were covered in mud, cars were piled up like wreckage, and homes had been ripped apart by the storm's fury. In New Jersey, a small family stood in shock. The house they had spent their lives building was now nothing more than a pile of shattered wood and debris. A father broke down in tears as he found his son's bicycle buried under the wreckage. Yet amid the ruins, moments of humanity shone through. Rescue workers braved the floodwaters, pulling survivors from rooftops. Doctors gave their all to treat the injured, and ordinary people sharing their last piece of bread, a sip of water, and a glimmer of hope. Sandy wasn't just a hurricane, it was a warning. Climate change is making storms stronger, more unpredictable, and deadlier. Can coastal cities like New York, New Jersey, or Miami withstand the next superstorm?
Martin.
In the aftermath, the U.S. government invested billions in storm defense measures, from sea walls and drainage systems to early warning alerts. But the question remains, is it enough? one day, another hurricane, stronger, more terrifying, will come. The question is not if, but when. Are we ready? Hurricane Sandy was one of the most catastrophic storms in U.S. history, but it won't be the last. In our next videos, we'll continue exploring the most powerful hurricanes ever to strike our planet. If you don't want to miss these life or death stories, dramatic moments, and the most terrifying storms in history, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Zone Max, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Get ready to uncover the deadliest storms of all time.